Hi everyone, I'm doing a Basquiat Day in the Life challenge. I've been doing some research on famous artists and gaining inspiration from them, but lately I've been getting into a little bit of Basquiat's work. It started from a YouTube video, and then I did a little rabbit dive into his life, and it was really inspiring. So I wanted to give that a try. From what I've gathered from this YouTube video that I watched, he worked very sporadically, very fast, and very efficiently. They stressed that he likes to work on multiple canvases at once and works long hours, sometimes 12 to 13-hour days. So this is day 2. I'm coming back, refilming the intro. Yesterday I did the first half of the challenge and it was brutal. So we're just going to continue on. Spoiler alert, I technically failed the challenge. It was still a learning lesson nonetheless. So technically I was supposed to start at 9 a.m., but it's 1 p.m. now. So we're a little bit behind. I asked the internet to structure a day in Basquiat's world. So when Basquiat starts his day, and this could all be hypothetical, before he starts working on anything, he likes to absorb information. So that could be like flipping through a book, either history, anatomy, poetry, and then as we go, we should highlight or jot down anything that sparks us. So that's what we're gonna do now. I've got 2 books here that I'm gonna be taking a look at that I gathered from my own inspiration. One is Edible Flowers. The next book that I got from a Japan trip is Yoshitomo Nara. This one's called Slash with a Knife. So we're gonna be taking a look at this book too. About 30 minutes, he spends time absorbing information, so that's what we're gonna do. I've got a little cup of matcha here too. I put it in one of my favorite mugs. It has a dragon on it. While we're taking a look at our books here, I wanted to give you a little bit more about Jean-Michel Basquiat, just in case you were unfamiliar with who he is. He was born in Brooklyn in 1960 to a Haitian father and a Puerto Rican mother. He grew up surrounded by culture. His mom took him to museums constantly, and he showed artistic talent early. After a serious childhood accident, and I believe he was hit by a car, he spent months recovering, reading the medical textbook Gray's Anatomy that later shaped a lot of his visual language. And as a teen, he ran away from home, dropped out of high school, and spent time couch surfing and selling postcards and t-shirts he painted. In the late 70s, he started the graffiti duo Samo, tagging cryptic phrases around downtown Manhattan. And by 1980, his style stood out in the emerging New York art scene. I feel like I know what he's saying. There is nobody here, but you are here, and I am here. They are here. Either he's talking about ghosts or he's talking about his paintings. One more I just want to show you, because I'm obsessed with these dark eyes. But look at this. For some reason, I'm really drawn to it. Okay, let's figure out what step 2 is. Set up the environment. So Basquiat treated his studio kind of like a living organism. So he often had like canvases and paper out. Multiple surfaces were prepped and ready. Music was on, his tools were visible and reachable. So we're just gonna I don't have like a studio, I have a corner of my living room. So we're gonna prep that, and I'm gonna open up a brand new canvas that I have, and we're just gonna set that up. So we have my easel. This is a work in progress, so we're gonna work on that today. Then there's a fresh one sitting on a chair. Then I have all my paints and things on this cart, my chair, and I already have my paintbrushes and things laid out. Okay, so I got my headset. We got our 2 canvases, and we got our reference book that we'll be using. So I moved my studio a bit further out into my living room. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, a little bit more about Basquiat. By the age of 21, he was exhibiting internationally and selling paintings to major collectors. His work blended race, power, music, anatomy, and street culture with a loose improvisational style, sort of like jazz on canvas. He painted constantly. Friends said he worked with a sense of urgency, often creating for 12 to 16 hours straight, blasting music and moving between multiple canvases at once. But the pressure and fame came with strain. Basquiat struggled with loneliness, exploitation in the art world, and heavy drug use. In 1988, at just 27, he died of a heroin overdose. Despite his short life, he left behind more than 1,000 paintings and 2,000 drawings, and he changed contemporary art permanently. Today, he's celebrated not just for his talent, but for his intensity, discipline, and the unstoppable drive that fueled his work. I think it's so funny because I definitely feel a lot closer to Basquiat. Sometimes when I'm working, I'll kind of like call on him in a weird way. I'll say, please, Uncle Basquiat, help me out through this painting. What do I do next? And I don't know if that's just my brain like needing a pep talk or something, but I just got in the habit of calling him uncle for some reason. I hope he doesn't mind that though. I mean it in a endearing way. But yeah, definitely feel closer to him after this challenge. Okay, so Basquiat worked in like 2 or 3 hour spurts. I'm pretty sure I worked longer than that. The sun is setting and I'm so very hungry. According to the schedule that I have written out here, in between his 2 to 3 hour sessions, he'd take a quick break, like a 15-minute break to hydrate or stand up and grab something to eat. I didn't do that and I skipped out on lunch. So this is my lunch. And to be honest, I'm pretty worn out from working on those 2 pieces back to back at the same time. But I think I'm going to eat this lunch really quick and take a longer break than 15 minutes and then get back to it later on, another 2 to 3 hour session. This workflow that I have written out here is pretty crazy, and I don't think I realized that till I started it. It'll probably roll over to the next day, to be honest. I'll film a little bit tomorrow, but right now I have some soup that I made. I don't think you can see it without me tipping it over, but it's the perfect thing for a winter day. And then, since I was kind of craving carbs, I just warmed up a bagel and put some butter on it. And then there's also an input time baked into this schedule, so I'm gonna scroll a little bit on Pinterest while I eat, and then that should suffice. So we're putting 2 things together. We gotta go into the next aisle. We're should I get some paints while I'm here? These are all the paints that I use. Windsor. Been wanting a color like this. Okay, we're gonna try these two. And then there's another one I need to get. I can't find it for some reason. Okay, I found the brushes that I needed. A bunch of filberts, basically. These are made of hog hair, and these are synthetic. And I think I need a bigger one, actually. We'll just get a big synthetic filber to do like the background of the canvas. This is a big ass brush. Okay, let's go. I'm exploring. We're going on a detour because I've never been to this side of the store before with all the canvases. Even the smell is different. Oh, hey! Wait a second. Is this canvas too? This is canvas. The fabric? It's $152 for this. Oh my God. Look how small I am compared to it. Well, that's crazy. Wow. This one's pretty big too. I don't know, it would be really cool to... It would be really cool to put something on something this big. I'm getting really excited. But I need $152. Wow. I think once we move is when I'll probably start pulling up on, well, I don't know. Who knows what will be next year. Right. But maybe the canvases in the other place. The other place. Maybe the canvases are more affordable. Right? Because the yen is... We don't know. We don't know where I'll be.
The rubles.
The rubles? So, oh my God. Instead of going back and painting, we're getting breakfast. So... Huh? Is it? That one's on too. That one looks like it's like blazing. Let's try that one. Is it better? We picked a different spot. Yeah, this one has more spark. This other one, not really. Okay, I got a Grinch from this cafe next to us. It's delicious. It's peppermint and matcha. Want to try it? What is that? Stroopwafel. Stroopwafel. Okay, we're getting to it. So, yesterday I was playing music out loud on my TV, but today I'm just gonna put it in my headphones and we're gonna work for 2 or 3 hours, and then we're gonna call it. Yesterday I worked like 5 hours straight, or 5 to 6 hours straight, I can't remember. And then I had lunch, and then I took like a 2 to 3 hour break, and then I did another 2.5 hours of work. So I can't do math in my head right now. 6 plus 2, 8. So I did like an 8, almost 9 hour day yesterday. So we're just going to add another 2 to 3 hours on and get to that 12 to 13 hours that he would usually work. Though this is backwards, I'm still feeling the effects of yesterday. I'm still kind of like loopy. Like at the end of the day, let me start. Like at the end of the day, all I could smell was oil paint. It was crazy. I grabbed some gloves. I just put the same shirt back on that I was wearing yesterday because there's already like paint on the sleeves and things. And I don't want to get paint on anything else that I'm wearing. And plus I'm digging the turtleneck vibe. It's giving artist. It's giving sophisticated artist, and I like that vibe for this video and for my life. I don't know, Steve Jobs he was onto something wearing those turtlenecks and blue pants. Ugh. That was me trying to show you my blue pants. Earlier today, I went to the art store. Here's my palette of stuff, in case you were curious. Got some new brushes. So we're gonna use these. But first, let me put on some music. Na 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 na. Whoa, I didn't turn my headphones on. It takes a minute to connect. This is what I'm gonna be listening to. Oh, one of the songs. It's gonna go on a loop. Please. I think that's really pretty. Okay. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, we're online. Hello everyone, it's Bunny from 2 weeks into the future. Since filming the first part of the video, I've still kind of kept up with Basquiat's sort of workflow. I think I found it really helpful and actually really fun. So here's my progress so far. I quite love it. And then here's the progress for the second one that I did. I'm really glad that I stuck it through and like made it part of my own work process. I think it definitely helps. As far as how long he works, that's a bit difficult on me, and I feel like anyone who like has a full-time job or has other priorities or other responsibilities outside of painting will find it really hard to keep up with that workflow. It's inspiring, and I'd love to be able to have the time to do like a whole workday like that regularly. And I feel like I could, like maybe on the weekend or something. So that's the only thing that I found quite difficult about Basquiat's work ethic upon reflecting. But I'm honestly just so inspired and so proud that I was able to commit to it for the time that I did. I technically failed the first day and had to add on hours the second day, but even then I learned a lot of valuable lessons that I will carry forth with me in my own practice. I think I really do prefer oil paints over any other medium. So my goal is to work on bigger canvases and more canvases at once, because it really is just so much fun. And it definitely helped, like when I was stuck on like one of these, if I wasn't sure which way to go or which move to make, I'd just switch to the next one. Yeah, and then ideas came from me mixing paint for one canvas, and then I found a way to use that paint for another canvas. But I hope you found this video fun to watch. I know it's a lot of footage, and I tried my best to trim it down to as small as I could to make it more digestible. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, if you did watch to the end. But yeah, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.